Hi, my name is Chris. I work with the tech team at Rio Grande, and today we're going to unbox one of my favorite tools, the F2 Ultra. And we're going to go through setting it up and explain what some of the tools do. So let's get started with unboxing our F2 and we'll find out what's in this big old giant box. It's a heavy box too. So what comes inside your F2 Ultra kit is this package that contains all your smaller tools that you're going to need to make this thing work. So we have an air filter hose that will go to an air filter. We have the standoff grate, which allows you to put stuff on top so you're not burning into your table itself. We have these tools like alignment tools. There's a USB key that you have to plug in to make the unit work, so that's really important, don't lose that. We have a cleaning cloth for the laser. The lens, we have a power supply and a cord for the power supply that makes everything work. We have a USB-C to USB-C connector. It also goes to USB original connector, so you can use either one. And we have a control module. This control module allows you to operate it without having to use your computer. Once a file is sent to the control module, you can just run it over and over and you don't need to keep your computer on there. At Rio Grande, we sell a bundle. So we sell the F2 Ultra with a conveyor belt, with an air purifier, and with the RA3 attachment that allows you to do rotary tooling. So you can do like mugs and cups and rings, both inside and outside, engraving on rings. It allows you to do multiple things, tumblers, a lot of great stuff with that accessory kit. So I would recommend every piece in that accessory kit. That's what you need to work with. So now that we have everything out of the box, now we're going to show you how to hook it all up and where everything goes so you can get it up and running yourself. Alright, so power goes in our power connector, the far right hand side. Our key, this allows the laser to work, goes in the USB connector in the middle and the back. And your control box plugs on the left hand side and it just goes straight in and you just twist and lock it in. And you're ready to go. Alright, so now we can hook it to the computer, the top connector, and this will go on your laptop. One other important thing on this side is this power button. So this is normally turned off, it's an emergency stop. You need to turn it and it'll come out. Now it's ready to run. So if it doesn't start up, that's what's going on. And if you have an emergency, you need to turn the laser off, you just push it in, it turns everything off. Rotate to turn it back on. So this is the emergency stop button. This is the power button. This will turn the unit on or off once it's plugged in. If you hit it, it'll power up and do magic. Alright, so first of all, once we power it on, you can tell the light came on, the light's on inside, and there's a little red dot in the middle of your chamber. That's ready to go, but first, whenever we unbox or we move it someplace to another, we need to do a calibration. So it'll automatically tell you it needs to be calibrated, and we'll just follow what's on the screen. You hit go to calibrate, and it tells you step by step exactly what to do. So you take the target paper out, you put some tape on it, then we click on next once we have our paper in there, our target. Please close this protective enclosure. And then you hit engrave. You go to engrave on the second step. Now to fire the laser, we hit the green xTool button. That's it. Fired the laser. Alright, so the next step, once you've looked at your little marks, you're going to click on the next button. And it's going to bring up some blue light and MOPA IR light, it's going to say. The MOPA's a red and the other one's a blue. So we're going to calibrate them next. So what you do is you go over onto the calibration. Once that lights up, you can click with a mouse and you can drag it wherever you want. You want to perfectly align them. Now a trick to doing it better and faster is up and down arrow keys. You can move them one pixel at a time till it's perfectly lined up. If I click on the red one, I can do the same thing. I just cheat and I move around with my up and down and left and right arrow keys. Once it's all done, you hit next and the calibration is done. Okay, so let's talk about safety with the laser. A laser is a very bright light, and this is a 60-watt MOPA. So this is capable of blinding people, animals. It can hurt a lot of things. So you want to make sure you're safe whenever you're operating it. By default, the laser will not operate if the case is open. But for filming, we open the case. Some of the features that this has, like a conveyor belt, you have to have the top open to feed material through. So you lower it as much as you can, but sometimes you can't close it all the way. If you're unable to close it, you need to get a pair of these xTool safety glasses for this laser specifically. If you look up the F2 Ultra, they're one color. If you look up the F2 Ultra UV, they're a different color. So for each laser, they have a specific pair of glasses that go with it, and they're not interchangeable because it's blocking specific frequencies. So it's very important, once again, for safety. You don't want anybody to get hurt. You want to be able to do art. You can't do art with no eyes. So don't look in the laser with the remaining eye. All right, so now we have a signet ring loaded up in our unit, and we're going to burn. By burn, I mean I'm going to engrave a letter onto it, which is the Rio Grande logo, famously. What I do is I bring it into the software, I adjust my settings for the material I'm working on, then I position that drawing where I want. The camera inside this unit is fantastic. You can take a picture of the screen as it is. I can align my graphic to that, and I know it's pretty close. So it's ready to go. So now we're going to hit process. It's going to recalculate it, and I'm going to hit start. That beep means that it sent the information from my computer to the system, and now it's ready to go. So it beeped, it's ready to go. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I know it's quick and we don't cover everything that the xTool can do. This can do an amazing amount of cutting. I would look it up at Rio Grande's website. Go to riogrande.com and type in xTool. You'll see a bunch of things that are happening. This is a very new tool and people are finding new ways to do it. We show you how to engrave on jewelry, but in general, there's a lot of things. You can engrave on coasters, glass, various metals of different types. Great tool. I can't wait to play with it more. So we'll have to see you next time.